I'm turning the tables.
So now I'm turning the tables on Kim D.
Woo! I can't wait. She's
So
going
now
Teresa's asking me questions.
Now I'm going to ask you questions.
Okay, and I'm going to look at my notes like you looked at yours.
Okay. So, all right. So what's your favorite word?
Puppies.
Oh, puppies. Okay. What's your least favorite word?
Abused. And I liked yours too.
Okay.
But abused.
What turns you on?
Speaking my mind and people that speak their mind, that stay in their truth.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yep.
No, it's good to always, yeah.
You're going to like my other one because it's very
Always.
similar to yours. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
What turns you off?
Liars.
Yeah, me too.
Right?
Well, I mean, that's
Very
the thing.
similar.
Yeah, loyalty. Yeah.
Liars.
I mean,
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, liars definitely no. What noise do you not like to hear?
A man yelling. Like a man yelling at somebody. Like even when you watch the reels and you see that really bothers me. It upsets me.
What noise do you like to hear?
My dog's playing. I love to hear them play. Because you have a lot of dogs. So I watch them and I love to hear them because they make all these funny sounds.
Yeah. How
it's going to be a lot about my dogs.
How cute. What's your favorite curse word?
Douchebag. Douche. I just think it's so funny.
Yeah.
And I use it a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I never say that. So, yeah. What profession would you like to do?
Decorator.
Okay.
I'd like to decorate.
Interior designer?
Interior designer.
Yeah. Okay.
1,000%.
What profession would you not like to do?
In a funeral parlor. Like,
A
I'm
mortician.
scared to death.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, anything to do with that. Like, I don't, and plus you're watching people grieve all the time.
Yeah. No.
You know, couldn't do that.
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive to the pearly gates?
I would like him to say, things were not always 100% easy, but you were very strong and you overcame, and we're going to accept you here.
Okay.
You're accepted.
Yes.
You're accepted.
Yeah, because that's what and I said that that I was a good person, and that I did good, and that I did good.
He has your angel.
Yeah, and that you're. that you're an
And I just
angel,
wanna know
that
and
you're accepted as an angel in heaven. Because I was telling Gia and she was typing it for me.
Same thing. I think it's really funny because
you at the end of the day you have to live with yourself, and if you could live your and that's what makes me happy. Like just of who the person I am,
1,000%.
and like even was like and and I love that when people come up to me and say you've inspired me, and I'm like. That makes me feel good because
even my book, when they read it, they say the same thing.
Because it's like, I've been through a lot, and I mean, and you have to be strong in who the person you are in order to exude that.
1,000%.
So I'm glad that I could help other people.
I agree, and that's why I think what you should do, my opinion, is eventually go on the circuit. Go on the circuit, like the guy from Wolf of Wall Street, who he went on the circuit. He's teaching people how to be in sales or whatever. I think it would be really good to do a couple of us women, even Dolores could be on it, like a couple panels, and talk about not just women's rights. It's not about that. It's like how they can overcome a divorce, how they can overcome a death, how they can, those kind of things, because we've been there. All of us have been there. Dolores had her issues with Frank, with the cheating. Well, she was pregnant. You know what I mean? I mean, if we went on, like, women do look to us for answers or whatever. I believe that not now, not this minute. Let's take a moment. I got the podcast, you have the, but down the road, like a small panel, and like do a little circuit in New Jersey, New York, Connecticut. And I bet you people would love that. And just talk about, like, have all women in the audience or men that want to know, how did we survive what we've been through? How
I know, because I know it's hard for certain people
Very
to.
hard, Teresa.
No, I know, and I understand. Like that's why
too.
If I could help anyone, I would. I would love to do that. Yeah.
And like I said, that's the one thing that I've said to you many times that I admire, and I admire that in myself because we both overcame losses and situations, and our parents or whatever. So, and we kept rising to the challenge and kept making our children, my son, my dogs, your children, your husband, I don't have one right now, a priority. But we also take care of ourselves and we make ourselves a priority. Like you're working out, you make sure your hair is done, your nails. Some women just give it all up, Teresa. They just, and I feel bad for, I feel bad. They get that depressed that they don't even care. Those are the women that I want to say, listen, you've been through a rough divorce. Come on, let's go out. Let's buy you an outfit. Get plastic surgery, especially the ones with money, you know?
Yeah, no, because that makes you feel better.
It makes you feel better. And it makes you look better.
I mean, that's what shopping like always makes me feel better. Like, if I need to pick me up.
I think we both can help.
Or even
women.
like going to a spa, a facial, massage.
Haircut.
Yes.
Hair done.
Yeah.
Blow dry.
Yes.
These women
All of
don't,
that.
they just don't do it because they get into this rut and they just don't do it. And like, I'd like to be the ones that they drag them by the hair.
Yeah, no. And even working out, like
very important.
Like even if you go walking, you don't have to work out.
Start with a walk.
Like we go walking.
You and Louie were walking yesterday. You do that often?
Yeah, we walk today. Yeah,
me and Michael used to walk all the time.
Yeah,
too.
we walk every morning. It's a great exercise.
It really
we
is.
Go
it's very
to the,
good.
to the soccer field and walk around the soccer field.
And then we get done with this. How's your husband?
He's great.
Is he good?
Yeah.
Send my regards.
I will.
And he invited me for dinner, so we'll do it in November because October is like really crazy. So, because I want to be able to enjoy it, and I like when everything's decorated for the holidays.
Yes.
So I'm going to take him up on that.
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
No, definitely.
I want to thank you very much.
Thank you.
Did you have fun, Teresa?
Yes, it was.
Was
so
this
much
a
fun.
pleasant interview?
Very pleasant. Yeah. Like I love
Girl talk.
like girl talk. Yeah, and all the questions you asked me, it was fine.
I appreciate.
And like, listen, there's a lot more that I could put out there. And you asked all good questions. You really did. Well, because you know what? You kind of know me.
I do.
And you know a lot of...
and there was things I didn't know about you that I wanted to know.
No, but I mean, I love all those questions that you didn't know and that you wanted to ask. But meaning like you asked good questions about Danielle and everything and like, and why.
I've been there for it.
Yeah, because I don't think everybody knew. Like when she said that, I was like in shock. Like that was
and I didn't know if when she said it, if the bells went off.
No,
you know what I mean?
and the bells never went off because you
never thought that they would do that to you.
No,
I
never
years.
thought that my brother or
so
his wife would do that.
We don't have to say it too many more times. So now you all know this was a sideswipe.
Yeah,
this was a sideswipe.
I did not, and then even after, like, and then that's why I even said to Danielle, I'm like, why didn't you ever say the truth? I even brought you back. Yes. Like we did yoga.
I know.
I brought you back.
Why didn't you? Her wedding on the show,
I'm like,
everything.
I'm like, I was there for you. I'm like, why didn't
Bring
you say
up,
the
man.
truth?
Make a moment.
Yeah, like say the truth.
I would have.
Well, at the time we were getting along because we were both in her wedding.
Yeah.
But
doesn't matter.
No, at the end when she threw me under the bus I was like, why would you do that? Like. But what
Teresa,
reason?
I stuck up for you with that because we weren't even. I said Teresa never thought that Danielle was going to pull Margaret's hair the way she did. But you didn't think she was going to break her neck.
No, I didn't think. Right. But looking back and seeing what
Margaret did to her with the water,
Margaret did
her hair.
What Margaret did to Danielle the whole time, like telling Marty to not marry her the day before her wedding. To she was speaking to like sabotaging, saying all this stuff to Marty about Danielle. Like she basically sabotaged.
When did Danielle find that out?
Their relationship.
Yeah. When did Danielle find that out? That the day before her wedding, Margaret was saying that.
When you watch the show, like you see Joe Benigno telling him. Yeah. When you watch the show, it's like it was like
how treacherous.
So to me, like seeing that, I'm like, they were friends. And that's why I never got close to Margaret. Right. Because I saw, like, look at her. She did this to her own, like, Siggy, she did it to Siggy, right? Yeah. She hurts people. Yeah. And then I saw what she did to Danielle and I saw how close they were. And then I
didn't know this, Teresa.
What?
I didn't know that she was doing that. I didn't know
that she was talking to Marty.
I didn't watch the show at that time.
Yes, so you need to go back and and talking to Marty and saying all these things to Marty. I mean, Marty and Danielle had a beautiful relationship. Really beautiful. Like, and that happens. People can sabotage relationships. And I seen them. Marty was a great guy.
He was a great guy.
And Danielle, the two of them, beautiful relationship. I mean, he adored Danielle. Yeah. He adored her. And maybe she didn't like that. You know what I mean? She saw people get jealous. It's so crazy in life.
What a
it's like
shame.
instead of making them be happy, like you're trying to like say that.
So you're saying at this point she deserved the yank in the eye. Listen,
So
I'd do a lot worse.
when
I would do a lot worse.
When Danielle asked me, I was like, that was the first thing, make great TV. But the reason why she yanked it that hard is because of what she did to her.
Gotcha.
Like she knows everything.
I got it now.
Like Danielle, that came out of how she treated her.
I understand.
What she was doing to her. Wow. Like everything.
Yeah, because no one understands
and
why
Danielle wasn't even like gossiping that much.
Not even
to
fighting
me.
back.
No, and even like she wasn't even telling me because we were close at the time. She wasn't even complaining about her that much.
That's
like
a shame.
I'm just saying she wasn't.
Yeah.
But then I heard that Margaret. That's all Margaret would do. That's all she would do is trash
Look
Danielle.
to sabotage.
No, that's all.
Trash.
Yeah, I mean, because
that was her whole season.
we had the same makeup person.
Oh my God.
And she made the makeup person would be at Danielle's house and would be at Margaret's house.
So,
Danielle would be so happy, like loving life. Because like she was like
she was happy.
That's what made me like hanging out with her. She was a happy person. And then the other makeup person would go to the other one's house.
So she knew what was going on.
No, and she would see, that's all she would do is gossip and like want to, and like and talk about people and say things.
She didn't want to see them together.
And like, she would like say all stuff about Danielle.
Oh my God.
And meanwhile, Danielle would not be doing that about her.
Right.
Like Danielle was always happy. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
I get it.
Like, like the makeup person was like, she was seeing what was going on in one house that Danielle was always happy go.
Wow.
And in a good mood. The other one trying to sabotage the other one.
Terrible.
Like, Margaret trying to...
Listen to me, when you're really happy, you don't do that to people.
I don't want to say her name because it's just, that's why I
know.
don't... It's like, Margaret was trying to sabotage Danielle.
And it worked.
And she saw it, and,
How was the wedding? I heard that she was supposed to be this bridezilla. Was she a bridezilla, Danielle?
No.
Right?
I don't think so.
Okay. Yeah, because that was the rumor too. And I didn't see, like, again, I have to watch that season. I have to watch it.
No, I mean... Not that I can
She accused
remember.
her of being mean to Marty's kids and all that. That's the only clips that I saw.
She what?
That Margaret accused Danielle of being mean to Marty's kids.
Like I said, they were closer, but I didn't see any of that, And
I think you would have seen it if it happened.
I mean, I have no idea. But like, you can't believe anything that comes out of Margaret's mouth. I'm sorry, because
listen, I don't,
and I've witnessed it firsthand. Like she lies through her teeth, so everything she says is a lie.
It just seems that it seems the one thing that I do see,
and then look. So thanks. I mean, come on. Like there couldn't be. Like, see how there was a divide?
Yeah.
And the show's over now.
Yeah, show's over.
Yeah,
that's
because
sad.
and. It's like, you can't blame me.
No.
Like,
do you think
like who did this? Who started the sabotaging? Not me. No. Her coming after a person that I love.
Right. Well, you have every right to defend the person that you care. You had every right to do that. I don't think that.
Like from day one, as soon as it came on, from day one, talking to someone from his past and coming.
I was guilty. I talked to her too at the time, but we haven't been friends for a while since before me and you made up because I had had enough. I had enough of it. I just was like, this is an obsession that I don't want to be a part of. I saw who was obsessed and who wasn't. You know what I mean? So yeah. I mean, I was guilty,
and it wasn't Louis.
Well, I see that now. I mean, I see
but I never even know. Like the only person that ever talked to someone from Louis' past is Margaret.
Yes.
And my brother,
right?
Because that came out in court documents,
right? And you know what? And like I said,
I have the proof, and I have the proof of that,
right? But again, there comes a time when it should have stopped and it didn't. You know what I mean? You're like they want to.
Well, it should have never happened.
It should have never happened in the first place. I agree.
Like, did I go? I agree. Did I go searching for
dirt on Margaret?
Yeah, I never did.
I don't remember that.
Never.
Yeah, no. So, Teresa, I just want to clear something up. Some of those disgusting bloggers and the podcasts, they had me on. They had a clip of me with Rachel Yucatel, and I'm saying that Danielle Cabral threw a glass pitcher. So Jen Aiden went on the show and they asked her if it was glass. And she said the name of the kind of pitcher that it was. But I would like you to tell me, for me, and tell your people, and of course my people will hear it, Once she threw this picture, which was a heavy,
It's like very heavy plastic.
It has a name for
well,
it.
I thought, first of all, I didn't know if it was glass or
not.
like, whatever.
What happened on that table?
She threw the picture, and when she threw it, all the glass that was on the table.
The glass Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, like that's what Jen was drinking.
Her dish.
Like all the dishes, the glasses, that's what broke.
Okay.
Yeah, so, I mean, I thought the picture was glass.
Right.
I didn't know until you asked me that
Dolores
question.
thought it was glass too.
Yeah, until you asked me that, I didn't know that it was,
exactly.
I went to go ask Jennifer. I'm like, Jennifer, did you say? I'm like, what was the picture? She's like, she told me the name of it.
Right.
It's like a heavy plastic.
Right. I think I wrote it down. Hold on, because we have to be very clear. It's very important to them.
I sent it to you.
Yeah, it's very important to them as to what kind. It's melamine.
Yes. So it's
melamine. So I stand corrected, everyone. It was melamine. But what I was...
But it's a heavy plastic. But when she threw it, that's when it
broke all the
glass that was on the table.
And the dish. Okay. So when I did this interview,
yeah,
what I was trying to say was it was dangerous that she did that because the glass all came up. It could have hurt somebody.
Yeah.
That's all I was trying to say.
Jennifer said it shattered all over her.
All over her.
Yeah.
Okay. So these people... Okay, that they look for any little thing. First of all, they've never filmed. They don't know what it's like to be on a show.
I mean, look, that's good. They're talking about us.
I love it.
They're talking about a picture.
I saw my reel.
They're talking about a picture. Like, oh my God. It's
so I just wanted to clear that up. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm wrong 1% of the time. So it was melamine, but it broke all the glasses and stuff that were on the table, and the glass did break up.
Yeah. And another thing, like, because I hear other people saying that people are putting out there again, other cast members on my show that that Jennifer and I were talking to bloggers. First of all, everyone talks to bloggers.
Correct.
Everyone, because bloggers are fans.
Correct.
So everyone, right?
1,000%.
Thank you, Kim. Just like we're talking to you right now.
What? Listen, I'm not a blogger.
You talk to Dolores,
podcaster, and everyone tells me everything.
/blogger.
But here's the difference. I know what I can say and what I can't say.
Right. You watch this, you watch the show. So we all talk to
everybody,
bloggers, podcasters, which are fans, meaning
absolutely.
So it's like Jennifer and I did not do anything wrong.
Anything different than no one else did.
Exactly.
It's just that this person was a
and there's stuff that obviously people don't know everything. Right. And I mean, listen, whatever's out there is out there.
1,000%.
I never told a blogger to put out anything bad about anyone.
Right.
Because I don't roll like
your
that.
Phone for lunch at Houston.
I showed you my phone.
And I saw.
Well, I mean, if I did that, it would be out there.
It would have already.
And but
I saw your phone, and
bloggers would keep sending me
That's
stuff.
What happened. And she told them to stop.
Like,
you told them to stop.
Oh my God, sending me constantly stuff of what the other side was doing. And like saying about me. And I was like, I don't care. Anybody that knows me, Kim, I don't
know you
care.
Don't care. And I know the only reason
and I don't want to see it. And I don't want to see it. Because when I see it, that's when I get mad.
Me too.
And I don't really want to see it because
you live your life.
Like if you don't know, then then you don't.
And
you don't
really think? Do you really give a shit?
That's my point.
People say that.
So it's like these like bloggers kept sending me. This one particular person kept sending me, and then finally I was like, what? I don't want to see it anymore. And then I said I didn't want to speak to the person anymore, and that's when they turned on me.
Of course.
Because I didn't want to speak to them anymore, and I wasn't really even speaking to them.
Yeah, they lost their place.
It's like they kept sending it to me. I was like, okay, and like okay, like
aggravating.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it, and the whole thing with John Fuda, and like that whole thing that happened is like, he lied about my husband. He put a lie out there that my husband contacted his girlfriend. In prison. Yeah, the baby mom in prison, which I never even knew he had a baby. Like, I never knew that she was in prison. I never knew. Right. None of us.
So who found out?
None of us knew.
Baby Deer? I call her Baby Deer. Or whatever.
Wait, but nobody knew where this, like that,
Okay.
until John Fuda said it at the reunion.
Okay.
Do you understand, Kim?
Yeah,
Like,
so
nobody knew.
Okay, so you feel
about-
like he outed himself.
He did.
Outed himself.
He
I get it.
did. Because nobody even knew where to find this person,
Right.
who she was, until he outed her.
And then this
After
other
he
person
outed
found
her, that reporter,
Okay.
what was her name?
Diana.
Yes.
Diana.
She reached out to her
Okay.
in prison. She sent her an email. She reached out to her. She said, "Did you ever speak to Louis Ruelas?" And
She
I'm
said no.
glad.
But then this other person who was helping you, she reached out to her, right?
She
did
reached
too.
out to her.
Okay.
And then that's when
the things start spiraling too
that's
with that.
what, and when and I didn't tell her to do it. I was like, all right, that's
She listen, she
and-
felt like she was helping
Wait,
you.
and the thing was, don't get me wrong. After what John Fuda said about
You
my
wanted the
husband,
info.
I was like,
Go,
oh
girl.
my God. When she was doing it, of course, who wouldn't say,
like letting go of the
yes,
leash.
get the correct information.
I got it.
And whatever she did. And then that's when she found out about the whole double-sided dildo and everything else like that.
Yeah.
Like, so he kind of opened up
The door.
Like
Yeah.
John Fuda, do you get it?
I
He
do get it.
opened up. Did you get it before this or
Yeah.
no?
Well, no, I watched it in real time and I kind of knew.
So he kind of opened up the can of worms and they went all over himself.
Oh my
You know, like
I get it.
he did it to himself.
You got to remember something. He was new, fresh. He didn't know. Like you said, he didn't know. You've been on this show. It's been how like we went over
I went over 17 years.
17 years because Adriana is 15.
She's 15, and so that she was born second season.
I can't.
So then
That's too- yeah.
you figure I filmed to say even if I filmed the year before, but
That's
then
17 years.
But then after we filmed,
There's
the
time in
show
between.
comes out a year later. So I've been on the show.
So
I started the show 17 years ago.
So you're a little seasoned. I think you know what to do and what to
Right.
say and what. Yeah, you're a little seasoned.
So that's my thing. So like when John Fuda said that, yeah, and then after he lied about my husband, I'm glad people found out whatever they found out,
gloves off.
because he's the one that started it. And that's the thing. Like they're delusional. Like and then they keep saying like that's what started all this, or they're saying and. That's what started all this,
I
right?
get
I mean,
it.
that's what
I
started
get it.
right between us, right? I'm trying to think.
No, I think because he said that Louis had him investigated,
Okay, first
and
of
then
all,
and he contacted his baby mama.
we would never waste money on for what reason?
Yeah.
Like why would
I mean,
we
and-
want to be investigating John Fuda for
I
what
don't know.
reason? Like he
I-
needs to
I-
get
I-
off his
listen,
high
I found
horse.
that to be a little
like
crazy.
we don't,
Yeah.
like we wouldn't for what
Well, because
reason?
Louis threw it out there, right? Because he
Well,
was.
this is the thing.
I think he had a couple of them because of
Bodito
what was
ended
going
up
on.
saying to him, and I'll say the truth. Bodito ended up saying to him, like, "What do you think? People out here, like, if
They all have a file.
exactly."
And he repeated
if you look into people, I'm sure everybody
Has a
here
file.
has a file.
So he repeated that.
So he just
I
repeated
get it.
what what Bodito was telling him.
Well, and I agree with
And
Bodito.
because people are, when people are attacking you,
Of course.
sometimes you blur out things that
Yeah.
you shouldn't be saying.
Well, because if he wanted to, he could have had them investigated. Like if he really felt
But
he needed
for
to,
what but
there'd
then
be no. Yeah, there's no.
I mean, there's no reason.
nothing to
and
investigate.
the thing is, Bodito's not going to do it for free.
Of course not.
It's very
So
expensive.
I'm glad you cleared that up, Teresa, because everyone keeps saying, "But Louis said it." But Louis, yeah, he did say it, but he
he
was
said
repeating.
it because he was being attacked.
Yes.
and he was just
I'm like, I have a file on all of you, meaning you all could have a file.
meaning he was just repeating something that
Bo said,
Bodito
I
had
get it.
told him. Like, what do you think? All these people don't have something on
Listen,
them.
I'm glad you cleared that up.
And so that was it. So he was just repeating because the thing is when you're being attacked, sometimes subconsciously things come out of your mouth that
and you do things.
right, and that's something that
Me and you
was
get
said
crazy.
to him. Right? Oh yeah, and
Fling
that's the thing.
people around
Listen,
like rag dolls.
I didn't. I told Louis to listen to me and to not. He didn't need to respond to anyone. He didn't listen.
I know.
And the thing he was trying to just he was being attacked.
Defend himself.
And he didn't need to.
No.
He didn't need to because all he has to answer to is me.
Correct.
I'm the only person he had to answer
Do you
to.
think he's come a long way now?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Like you don't think this would ever happen again if it's like you don't think looking back.
There's nothing about Louis. Like that's the thing.
Yeah.
There was people on my show that were trying to hurt him and say
But
these
you think he
things.
would accept it differently now? Like if they
he
did
would
the same
listen
thing-
to me. Yes, he would listen to me and not even.
Yeah, in retrospect.
Exactly, and walk away. Somebody's
And be like, yeah, you're right. Everything you're saying is right.
And not even be around.
Right.
Yes, because
I get it.
and that was the thing. Like my brother's the one that introduced him on the show again for a storyline.
I know.
Like I wasn't rushing to put him on TV, and my brother's the one that,
Outed the name.
Exactly,
She has a new
because
boyfriend.
for a storyline.
Yep.
So
They used a lot of things for the storyline.
Oh,
Teresa.
yeah, now
we
I
can
see
go
it.
over and over.
I mean, my brother loves fame. I see
There's
it.
no question. There's no
and
question.
they just asked me that question. Like, I think it was Us Weekly.
Okay.
What do you think? And I said, I never thought fame and money, and meaning like from like because it happened with my family.
Okay.
Fame and money would ruin my family.
Right.
It wasn't my doing.
Right.
It's my family, that
came on.
picked, fame and money
Over.
Over
Well,
me,
listen,
like,
she
over
was,
me.
she was determined.
over me. Like
there
that's
was no
that
question.
ruined our family.
Teresa,
And it wasn't even like that I picked fame and money. 'Cause,
No. You
like,
were on already.
Exactly.
You were on already.
And so they chose to pick fame and
wanted
money.
Fame in the worst way.
Yeah, fame
There's
and
no
money.
question.
And now in the beginning I didn't think my brother was about that.
Oh, I think he loves it.
Now
now,
a
yeah.
million and 10%.
He's right in there.
A million and
He's right in
10%.
there.
Oh yeah, a million
He's
and
right in there.
10%.
I mean, look,
But,
he's doing stand-up comedy.
Yeah, and talking about me.
I know.
Yeah, I mean now, and the only reason why I'm talking about him right now is because
We have to
You know.
answer questions, Teresa, because people ask.
well, that's the only thing because I want to clear up stuff
yeah,
that
I get it.
now really the gloves are off, and I mean we're done. Like we're done. Like
I know.
it's never gonna. But we're never making up. And
So we got that question answered.
yeah, oh yeah,
That's done.
that's never gonna happen. And I mean, he made his bed, he could lay in it now,
Yeah.
and that's it. And like,
Do you think-
even if I get offered a job with my sister-in-law, I will not do it.
I don't
I got offered a commercial.
Okay.
I think it was for
You told me.
for Deadpool, and I refused it.
Good for you.
And she
said-
accepted it.
I
She
heard,
accepted. I
remember.
refused it.
So this way, it's another. We dropped another
yeah,
bomb.
and it was a good payday.
Yeah.
I was like, absolutely
and see, you
not.
have integrity.
Yeah,
That's the difference.
like I'm
Teresa.
not doing anything. Like so anybody out there listening, do not
Don't even approach.
Yes, don't even approach like the two of us doing something together because
That's a bomb.
That bridge is
That ship sailed. honey.
That shows you can say
That
that
ship
ship sailed,
sailed.
or that bridge is not
Yeah.
gonna. That
You
it's
know
go-
what I say
it's-
about
I'm pushing
bird?
it over.
We put
no,
the
no,
bag-
you know the bridge like when
Yeah, when it opens and closes?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's closed. Yeah,
close. Also, you know what else I say about people that like do the wrong thing to me? They bet on the wrong horse. I say that all the time.
Oh.
So you know what? They bet on the wrong horse.
I never.
Because there's
I like
so
that.
right. There's so many people who do such stupid crap to me for no reason, and then they want to come back into my life. I go, no, honey, you bet on the wrong horse. Like they'll pick someone else's side, or they'll listen to something stupid about me, and I'm like, you know what? Stay with the person that you believed.
Thank you, Kim,
Thank
for
you.
being on Turning the Tables. Make sure you rate, review, and subscribe to Turning the Tables. Check my Instagram out for Turning the Tables, and also my regular Instagram at Teresa Giudice. Thank you. Love, love, love you guys. Mwah.
I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables. Let's go. I know you love my style. I'm gonna make them smile. I am the one to win. Keeping them all tuned in. I'm turning the tables. I'm turning the tables.